to another medium. So, whenever you think of refraction, just to start with bending of light. You will be surprised how light bends. What is the reason for the light to bend as it travels from one medium to another medium? The answer is simple. Light will have different speeds in different media, and that is the reason why light bends as it travels from one medium to another medium. So whenever you talk about bending, you must be very clear of the rules of bending, without which there is no point in understanding refraction of light. So to understand the rules, first you must know the two types of media, namely a denser medium and a rarer medium. So I hope already you are very well versed with what a denser medium and what a rarer medium is. In a quick bite, if there are two media, depending upon the relative speed with which the light travels, we categorize them, one as denser, another as rarer. The medium in which the speed of light is more, we call it a rarer medium. The medium in which the speed of light is relatively lower, we call it a denser medium. Suppose if a light travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium, what I have drawn is an incident ray, the point where the light strikes, and a normal to the interface is called normal. As you know, this light ray will bend away from the normal, and this is what is the rule of bending. You have to keep it in mind in all future problems to come. And I know you know well, this angle is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. And then if light travels from a rarer medium to a denser medium, the rule of bending is just opposite of what we have seen. So consider an incident ray striking the interface of a pair of media traveling from rarer to denser. The light ray will bend towards the normal. So this is refracted ray, this is incident ray, this is angle of incidence, and this is angle of refraction. So children, I had taken you to a quick revision of what a refraction is all about, bending of light, reason for bending of light, and the end of this slide I could present the two rules of bending. Now let us move on to Snell's law, a quick revision of this Snell's law. So here I expect you to already, you are well versed with refractive index. Refractive index. So in simple, a refractive index will give an information about the speeds with which a light can travel in a medium. There are two types of refractive indices we define. One is a relative refractive index, another is an absolute refractive index. When light travels from first medium to a second medium, we define relative refractive index. On the other side, when light travels from air to any medium, we define what is called absolute refractive index. This refractive index concept is the outcome of Snell's law. So, whatever things that you have studied related to relative as well as absolute refractive indices, they are outcome of Snell's law. Snell's law is simple. When light travels from one medium to another medium, ratio of sine of angle of incidence in one medium will bear a constant ratio with sine of angle of refraction in another medium. Just children, let us say this is medium 1, this is medium 2, and I will take a case of a light ray traveling from one medium to another medium. This is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. This Snell's law says the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is always a constant. So this constant is what I have presented in the previous slide as refractive index. Refractive index. So this refractive index is what is that constant we are talking about. So in a mathematical language, we can simply say always the product of mu1 sine of the angle made by the light ray in that medium with normal is constant. So don't worry, you may have more and more versions of Snell's law, but to do higher problems, we always recommend to go with this form, and you can apply it to any given situation. What medium you are writing, its refractive index. In that medium, the light ray making a particular angle with the normal. See, my focus is not on this refraction Snell's law to give you a touch of what phenomena that is there behind. So this is the basic phenomena.